best trainer, Freddie Roach. Freddie.
How you doing? Any questions?
Here we go, Freddie.
Freddie, do you think it's just a matter of the fact that no matter how many times these guys fight that they're going to come out the same way?
Pretty much. I was very surprised. I predicted if I win the last 6 rounds, I was way off. Very competitive fight. Probably could have went either way. I thought Manny edged it out in the last 2 rounds, but it was a very, very close fight, and it's a fight that I kind of don't want to do again, but I think we have to.
And Freddie, just to look at it, when you see, does this tell you anything? Can you infer anything about how a Mayweather fight would go, given how Mayweather handled Marquez and how Marquez seems to give Manny fits?
I just think he has Manny's number, and he knows the best way to fight Manny. They counter punches down. I thought that he put the muscle on. I thought he would exchange a lot more, but he was strictly the counter puncher, and that's what Manny has difficulties with. And obviously Mayweather is a bit of a counter puncher also, so he can give us problems. And we just need to get to work on how to deal with these counter punches better, and I got to do my job a little bit better, I guess.
Freddie, was there anything in particular that you saw during the fight that Manny was having a lot of trouble with, that you were telling him in the corner as far as instructions, and he couldn't adjust to it?
Well, he's moving into the right hand too much, and he didn't start having cramps again in his arches in the 4th round. And after he learned the combination, he usually get in and out before the guy retaliates, but he couldn't get out of the way. He was getting hit with the return too much, and something we have to figure out what the problem is, and medically we just got to figure that out. We got to get some experts on that, but I'm not making any excuses though, because Marquez fought a great fight. And he really surprised me. He fought well, but I thought Manny, again, I thought he pulled out the last 2 rounds, and I thought Marquez, the fight was there for him, but he chose to stay in that counter punching mode, not come forward. And if I'm going to give a close round to somebody, it's the aggressor.
Freddie, to your left. Was there, to sort of piggyback what Rick said, was there anything in this fight that you saw Marquez did that he didn't do in the previous 2 fights that sort of surprised you and maybe what surprised Manny? And what did you try to tell Manny to counter with that?
Well, Manny was moving too much to his left into Marquez's right hand, and when he moved in the opposite, when he moved to his right, he had much more success. But he just fell into that old trap that he did in the first 2 fights, and that was something I was worried about. Manny just mentally just falling back into that realm that he's twice had with him, and it did happen again. We made an adjustment after the 4th and 5th round, but it wasn't constant enough, and Marquez did have success with the right hand.
Right here, in front of you. Of the 3 fights, would you consider this fight to be the most defining of the 3?
No. This one might be the closest one. Again, I thought Manny pulled out in the last 2 rounds. We didn't win that last round. I thought it might be jar the other way. So it was. This one was as tight as the last 2, and again, Marquez fought very bravely. Again, he put that muscle on and so forth, and I thought it was the exchange more, but he was great. He's a great counter puncher, and him and Nacho have a great team together.
One more. The first fight, Manny seemed to go right off the blocks at Marquez. And he didn't do that in this fight. He looked like he took his time about getting right into the fight.
I agree, and I just I take that as they knew each other so well, and he was being a little bit careful and cautious going into it, because he knows that Marquez again has success with one minute he lands punches. He rallies back every time.
Freddie. Were you at all said that you thought that if Manny hit him squarely, that he would go this time and he would go down and not be able to get up? Was Manny ever able to hit him squarely? And if so, were you surprised that he was able to take the punch?
Manny hit him some good shots, but nothing great. Nothing. You know, he shook him a couple times, but Marquez took Manny's punches. It seemed a lot better this time. Maybe with the higher weight, he's more resilient. But he seemed to handle the Manny's punch power with no problems, and he came back every time. So, and vice versa, Manny took his shots well and came back also.
Freddie, at this point, do you think that Manny does have to settle this with Marquez before you go on to Mayweather, or is it? What do you think about that?
Yeah, he's given his problems 3 times now, and he's very good at what he does. And but I do think he deserves a rematch. Yes. First.
Freddie, this is a tattoo from 93.5 KD in Los Angeles to your right. Over here to your right. Freddie?
Right.
The other right there.
Freddie, why wasn't nobody celebrating after you guys won?
It was a very close fight, and the thing is, it was very close, and I was smiling when they announced the decision. I never overly celebrate, but it was a win, but it was a very close win. And again, the fight was very close, and we just squeezed it up.
Freddie was. Marquez said he was so disappointed with the decision that he might retire. Well, what's your thoughts on that?
You know, Nevada has great judges, professionals. One judge called it even, 2 gave it to us. I don't score fights. The commission's in charge of that. Again, I thought we squeezed it out in the last 2 rounds, but it was a very close fight. Depending on what you like and what you're looking at, I'm sure it's a lot of Mexican fans there tonight thought he won the fight. But we have professional judges, and they scored the fight the way they scored it.
Freddie is absolutely right. If Manny doesn't win that last round, then the judge that scored the fight even would have it for Marquez 115-113, and the judge that had it for Manny 115-113 would have had it a draw, and so the fight would have ended up a draw.
Freddie over here. I wanted to get your opinion on the final score, 116-112. What do you think of that scorecard?
Again, the judges are sitting ringside. They have the best seat in the house. They're trained in what they do. I thought maybe they squeezed the fight out, but I'm not a boxing judge. But I thought my guy pulled it out at the end. But I'm not surprised by any scores. I mean, judges have the best seat in the house, so that's what he saw.
A few people there at press side were commenting that they saw Manny shaking his hands quite a bit, a few times during the fight. Was there anything wrong with Manny? Was he getting tired? Why was he doing that?
He's just a compassionate person, and I hate when he does that. But it's just something I can't take away from him. They stepped on each other's foot a couple times and so forth, and they touched gloves. They banged heads a couple times, and just courteous. But I don't like it, but it's the way Manny is.
Right in front, Freddie.
Hi Freddie, can you talk a little bit about the cramps that you mentioned that Manny suffered from, how it affected him mostly? Was it his movement or what was it?
His in and out motion is not there, you know, when he gets on his toes, and he usually can land a combination and get out before the opponent scores, but he started having cramps and made him a little more flat-footed, and he has cramps in his arches, and this time there's more in the arch this time, but usually they go up to the calf, but you know, he has really big calves and so forth, but it's something we just got to figure out. I mean, the thing is, this happened the last two fights, and but again, I'm not making any excuses. It was a very good, close fight, and you know, Marquez, he fought very well.